Looking okay here in this video. I've talked about this before. More than once before. The homeless people, that's right. And our ability to treat each other like shit, okay? And the homeless people have been walked on for years, just like the disabled and the handicapped. Walked on, stepped on, picked on, treated like complete dirt by other people who think they're a grown-up, huh? I'm sorry, that's not adult behavior. That's childish behavior, and that's bullshit. It's fucking totally wrong, but you people don't care, do you? You haven't paid attention, have you, to anything that people's been telling you? You know, on the video you're going to see at the end of this video, we have a guy who just happens to be a cop's kid who decides to clock a homeless man while his back is turned, no less. Coward, okay? But on top of being a coward and hitting him when his back was turned, it was a homeless guy. Okay, and that's probably the reason he did it. But just the same. And he's a cop's kid, so he hasn't been charged with nothing because he's a cop's kid, of course. Okay, so he's just allowed to do that. And, of course, what did it happen? Oh, that's right, in the state of Florida. Of course it happened in Florida, you know. We're down in Orlando. They fucking arrested the guy for feeding the homeless. We're up in St. Petersburg, Florida. They cut up the homeless' tents and wouldn't let them take their tents and cut them up and shredded them, vandalized and destroyed and thieving of property that didn't belong to them. But they got by with it, didn't they? They were above the law because you had to pick on the homeless. So while you're picking on the handicapped and the homeless, and your government's getting ready to take your ass out because they've been taking your jobs away, and in the last year and a half now, we've watched all these tent cities pop up, and you've seen massive amounts of homeless, and you've seen people that are homeless now that have never been homeless in their entire life because they're workers like you and me. That's right. But their job left. That's like the worker who worked at the factory for all these years. That was his trade skill, and they took his job, moved it overseas. Now he ain't got a job, and he's been 30 years at that factory, okay? Or 25 years at that factory. Now he's up in middle age, and the factory's gone, and he can't replace his job. Okay, so now what does he have to do? He has to try to find another job, but he ain't got no skills in some of these other jobs, so he's spent the last 25 years, 30 years of his life here. So now he has to go retrain for a new job, right? So then he goes and spends money to get broke when he ain't got no money because he lost his job. He's not supposed to go to school and get a trade, right? So he can change careers in middle life. Now he's going to change careers in middle life, right? And find out there ain't no jobs and find out that he's discriminated against now because of his age. That's right. No lie. Fact. So what happens to him? He winds up homeless. Then you pick on him like he's somebody that's... See how fucking sick you are? You know what? Lots and lots and lots and lots and lots of people are about to become homeless. Themselves. And I hope you get picked on and treated the same way you did them. Because you fucking damn well deserve it when you're treating them that way. But you know... Society is what we make of it. Okay? And that's no lie. We, the people, globally decide what happened. We decide our fate. We decide our destiny. We can have a world that thrives and everybody's fed and nobody's broke and nobody's homeless and nobody's on the street and nobody's dying of starvation. It's not hard to do. But to do that, first people have to grow up, okay? But people haven't grown up in a long time, have they? They think wars cures problems. Wars have never cured problems. Wars will never cure problems. The only things wars do is give people that are up on top more power, more gang, more wealth. That's right. It just lines a handful of people's pockets. When we have a world where billions of people on this fucking planet are controlled by a handful of people. What's wrong with that picture? Why are billions of people allowing a handful of people to walk all over you, to shit all over you? What's wrong with you? Why are you going to war and killing innocent people that never done nothing to you? Because somebody else told you to. The only reason we have wars is because we choose to have them, all of us. We allow it, don't we? You're damn right we do. We allow what happens to us to happen to us. So when we self-destruct, which we're going to, because nobody can understand what I've been telling you all this time because you don't want to. Because you think it's norm. What is normal about shitting on another human being, killing an innocent person? What's normal about picking on some homeless person? There ain't nothing normal about it. It's sick. It's childish behavior. You never grew up. See, only we, the people, globally can stop what's going on. We're the ones that make this planet what it is. Not a handful of people at the top. We, the people, globally make it what it is. You can either have a planet where people love and care about each other and we get along, or you can have tyranny, slavery, and death and wars. Well, we choose tyranny, slavery, death, and wars. We don't choose to get along. That's the problem. Because we lost care a long time ago, didn't we? We lost total care, didn't we? Anyhow, I want you to watch this news report of what happened to this homeless guy. Leave your comments and opinions. Until the next video, you'll have a good one.
A community is outraged over a shocking attack on a homeless man, punched in the back of the head, knocked out cold. His alleged assailant, the son of a police officer, and it was all caught on tape. Steve Osunsami has more.
Video from outside the bar on December 4th clearly shows that the man in the gray shirt, who everyone knew was homeless, was simply trying to break up a fight. Witnesses say his attacker had nothing to do with the scene, walked up from behind and knocked him unconscious.
That guy walked up and just clocked him. I was like, God, this guy, he's got to go to jail. I mean, can't walk around doing that kind of stuff.
21-year-old Justin Collison is the son of a Sanford, Florida police officer and was never charged. The man he struck first, who was homeless, had to be hospitalized.
Hey, what's your name, buddy?
His family saw the video on WFTV in Orlando. They were outraged.
Well, when I got to the hospital, my brother didn't even know what happened. He couldn't tell me what happened.
Sanford police finally explained themselves Wednesday, saying they gave Collison no preferential treatment and that his father wasn't on duty that night. Police also say it appeared everyone at the scene had been drinking heavily, including the victim. They say he hadn't cooperated until now.
We handle this case like we would handle any other case. We're not out to protect anybody's child.
The case is now in the hands of the state attorney, who says he's deciding whether to charge Collison with a felony.
It depends on what we see once we're done, but you know, the ones that obviously come to light in the video are perhaps the battery, perhaps the felony battery. You know, it's another terrible incident of a homeless man, unfortunately, being a victim of an attack.
He says he's waiting for medical records and meets with the victim next week. What you see in the video, he says, is certainly a crime. For Good Morning America, Steve Osunsami, ABC News.
As Steve said, it certainly seems to be a crime. And again, homeless people, we step over them, just don't acknowledge them. It's just incredibly sad.
And if not for that video camera,
exactly.
no one would have known.
You're right about that, Bill.